Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for March 30th. Is it the 30th? Yeah, March 30th, 2022. Also being timeless. Wherever you're catching it in time, this might be relevant for you. It is a challenge. It is shadow work. It is long-standing issues in your life. But I'm seeing it as time to conquer. All right, again, this is general collective. Don't force this to fit your life. You can always let this fall away. You can ask for questions about booking a private session or see what services I provide, see what might be right for you. All right, if you have the question about booking a personal reading, my email's in the description. You can also find me on the social platforms and send me a DM. Again, my Instagram, my original one was hacked. I no longer have control over it. I've been trying to get it back. It's been not happening. So now my only IG is no punctuation, no underscores, no spaces. It's at Raising Savek. So hit me up there as well. All right, this is what we start this reading off with. Finally coming out of a shell. There's a new beginning, yes. And it kind of has to be a new beginning at this point. It's a real strong, sober look at somebody's life, whether it's yours or somebody that you're dealing with. This person has been dealing with this excruciating pain for an extended period of time, and I don't think that people really realize the damage that this has done to this person. I don't think that they've talked, but I think that they close off. So we have a lot of blue on these cards about healing, throat chakra, speaking. So whoever this is, you can pretty much guarantee that they're going to be speaking their truth and ending this cycle. They're ready for the new one. It's just there's a lot of timidness around it. It's always a mountain to climb for this person, but it's been affecting their relationships too. Lots of feelings of being irrational, lots of need to escape. So this is kind of working from where you are, working with what you've got. This is bringing about long-standing issues in your life. For some of you, yes, childhood. Just some of you, long-standing, decades we're going. You're really working on bettering yourself, bettering the effect that this has on your life. I saw this post the other day, and I think I posted it in my stories on IG. It was, the pain never goes away. It never lessens over time. You grow around it. You get bigger. The pain, it stays there, and you learn how to live with it. Whatever you've been dealing with, know that what you are doing is not only important, it's very self-evident. You are growing around the pain. And I know that that's probably hard to hear, but I think that it's more important to not act like it doesn't exist. I think that you're ready to accept this cup that life has given you. You get to fill it whatever you want. This cup is already overflowing, so what could you possibly put in it? Getting pulled to mermaids and dolphins. Let's see what you want to see, or see what you need to see. Low energy right now, sorry. Rest and be held. You're being helped. And it's time for you to start the moment that you wake up. Ooh. We have explore your options, worthiness, and protection. And mother healing is part of this. That always goes with worthy. It's the divine nurture. Not everyone has a mom. Not everyone has a mom part of their lives. Whoever the divine nurturer is in your life, the caregivers who are more nurturing or should be more nurturing, that's the healing that's coming into place. This may be something that you've rejected about yourself through an extended period of time, not letting others show up and take care of you the way that you need to be taken care of. Also, it looks like not letting yourself be vulnerable to them. There's so much that you want to do that you don't quite know how to do it. There's that hurdle that you need to overcome. That's dealing with the vulnerability and the feminine nurturing wound. So worthiness and protection are really standing out to me on this. I really want to see what this is about. All right, Rider-Waite wants to make another appearance. You never felt chosen. You always felt invisible, either that or discarded. Yeah, major depression, feeling like this was your karma in life. I dropped the card. I dropped the card. So then we have looking at a sense of safety and a sense of love completely violated. That's something that you dwell on a lot. Why couldn't they help you? Why couldn't they protect you in the way that you needed? It's not like you're asking too much. Chances are you were a very young person. Two of Cups is right behind you, and we have the Three of Cups talking about the celebration of it. This is not about karmic ties or third-party situations. It's about a growing celebration that is coming into your life. The Three of Cups, it deals with security, willfulness, coming out of this gray area. So much is growing around you, enjoying the fruits of your labor is a way to say it. I don't think that you really got to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You were just working as hard as you can. I think that you're incredibly charismatic. I think that you're incredibly passionate. I think that you also have a lot of things that drive your passion and that require your passion in life. It must be really hard to spread yourself so thin, but this is a point of hyper independence. That in itself can feel really lonely, can it? I do have a feeling of loneliness about this entire reading. I mean, how can there not be? You don't trust people with your heart. You don't trust people with your trust. You don't trust people with yourself. Making sure that all of your doors are closed, if that makes sense. If a door is open for you and you're not directly looking at it, as we're seeing here, it's going to attack. There's going to be some form of an attack. And I do feel like you've been working on bettering yourself for quite some time, but there is such an emotional disconnect that's happening with it. I want to look at it. Okay. Now they've asked the angels for help. Be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. All right, so this is a message from a loved one on the other side. They are happy and at peace. You can let them rest. It's not a matter of you forgetting them or moving on like they never existed. It's giving you the freedom not to live in the coulda, woulda, shouldas. Should you have done this? Should you have done that? Should you have spent more time? Listen, you only have this time. I'm leading you towards the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I'm communicating through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. From what I have seen, from what I've heard with clients, with everybody, there's been a lot of intuitive dreams coming into play. A lot of almost like real life dreams. It's been very detailed. So a lot of you are getting a lot of visitations. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but you might be seeing some familiar faces. All right. So that's part of the healing that's coming in. What you have to look forward to, I'm getting to go through here again. Music for manifesting, the blessed change. It's time for you to take the initiative in whatever the change is. You have to be the person who's going after the change and being that change that you want to see in your life, not in just the world. Let's start with you. What is the change that you want to see inside of yourself? The things that you think that you can't change are often going to become Not only things that you master, but the things that are this underlying strength. I don't know if you can hear this in the background. Somebody's unloading a truck. All right, here we go. What's this? A new dawn, and what's this? Synchronicities. What about these synchronicities do you need to be aware of? Okay. Somebody's coming towards you with an offer. There's an offering in life coming. It's a fresh start. It is a judgment. Judgment is your karma. Some people might get freaked out by that. Don't let the word karma or omen freak you out. It's all a matter of the work that you've done being actualized in your life. So you are going to see what the places, or where the places are that you've fallen short on your self-healing and ascension journey. It's not meant to punish you. It's meant to free you and see where there's the potential to be happy. But to look at it, that's going to be a major stress for you. You don't have to claim this. You don't have to do anything like that. But understand that in order to heal, you have to clean out the wound. And that is sometimes, if not just as painful, even more painful. We have the Emperor here. He's all about self-mastery. I don't care what your gender is. This is all about self-mastery. Nobody else can do this for you. Not one person alive or over on the other side. This is people showing you the door, showing you the opportunity, and you actively deciding to make these changes for your life. In your life, for your life, but I really want to say for your life right now. So, let's see. Let yourself receive. Don't stare at the door thinking it's a painting. You got to walk through this. This could be involving important relationships in your life, important moves, important gifts and talents being awakened. Why can't you let yourself be happy? This is a very spiritual basis for you. And we already talked about this at the beginning of the reading. The lack of trust, it's been violated too many times. So what is the key note so that you, my dear, hold on. What is the keynote for you to heal this? I'm going to need more incense in a minute. Increased energy. You got to get your energy up. It's time to get sober. I don't care if you drink or smoke or any of that. Well, I care, but it's not a matter of what you are sobering up for. I should have clarified is that. But you need to get sober from whatever your distraction is. For some of you, food. For some of you, exercise. For some of you, drink. Drugs, alcohol, recreational, medicinal, whatever is being abused in your life. Then we have, the way to get through it is to have an open dialogue with Spirit. Something is really coming in for you to help you get sober. Did you know that part of your hang-up and your distraction is the fact that you perpetually condemn yourself for the things that you couldn't control in your life, whether it's somebody's health, whether it's you being a kid trying to control an adult's or trying to regulate an adult's emotional status. You have to learn how to forgive yourself for things in life that were never yours to control. Okay, pull to the right or wait, and now it's time for me to light another incense. Go grab your drink, go grab your food. I gotta light this again. Well, not again, this is a new one. But you get what I'm saying. By the way, thank you to everybody who's been making donations. That's completely unnecessary, but always appreciated and loved. And thank you to all the new people who've been booking. Whether it's coaching or readings, you guys have been flipping incredible. All right, so we got the incense lit and it is burning. Okay, what's the guidance for this? Time to go by the book. So I am going to have to read another law of the universe, the never-ending story, and the treasure. You think the treasure is stopping right now, like this is all that you can get in life, that it's not going to get better than this. That is probably one of the bigger jokes you could have told yourself. Not only is it getting better where you stand, it is going to take you so much further, but it's time for you to taken to the laws of the universe. So which one am I being pulled to? Yeah, I'm reading this because I love it. The law of vibration, there we go. That's where I immediately went to. So the law of vibration shows us everything attracts or repels other energies in the environment. It shows us how energies or vibration is a frequency and it broadcasts throughout everyday lives. To understand this, we need to know what our own frequency is. We are not talking about the aura of the body, which is different. An aura is a subtle energy field around the body, but one's frequency is just as part of that aura. Many frequencies in the aura are created by our thoughts and wants. Think about this as a radio. There's one radio, but many stations on this radio which you can turn and have a different experience. Each of us has a frequency unique to ourselves, the vibration of the soul. This frequency broadcasts throughout the universe. This is how a soul family, no matter where they are on the planet, will find you. The more conscious we are of that frequency, the more that we can gravitate towards our soul family and contacts to us. Contracts to us. Soul family and contracts. Because you have a lot of soul contracts, get it? Very important ones. If you look at it, you're probably going to feel like you're crazy because who would sign up for this? Well, you did. So, energy, it makes up everything in the universe. There's nothing that isn't made up of energy. Vibration is a movement of energy, and it's always moving. Together, they bring our energies, which is what we are with in the vibration or movement that we make into our thoughts. The two combined are what makes the movement that will manifest our thoughts into the physical realm. Unclear thoughts. When our thoughts are unclear or scattered, the vibration you are attracting is unclear and will return also be uncleared. Unclear. Get what I'm saying? In this case, instead of tuning into a frequency, you are turning into whatever your thoughts bring you. It is instead of tuning into a clear radio station of music that you like, you are on a scan of stations and are tuning into several static stations. The goal is to gain clarity of thought, and when you have this, the faster and easier it is to tune into the frequency you choose and want to bring to you. What does this mean? Clear your mind and work on how to focus your thoughts into something many people realize at some level that they need to do. All right, think about the time when you were overwhelmed, and in that time you were trying to center your thoughts. Your life around you may have seemed out of control. While the overwhelmed state may have been seemingly the cause of your life seemingly out of control, the same could be said in reverse. Does that make sense? When you allow your frequency to be tuned into the experience of being out of control, you attract those situations that will lead you into overwhelm. In order to start a new experience, you want to be able to stop and listen to your own thoughts, feelings, and vibrations you are attracting, and then change your frequency to change your experience. Instead of thinking about the way your life is out of control, consider the situation to be a process in which you can challenge yourself. If you look at the period as a challenge, you'll begin to see that you are focusing on the way that you can overcome your struggles and not the struggles themselves. Just like a radio, just a slight shift in frequency can lead to new music in your life. How do you change that frequency? By doing this, we change our thoughts, and it's not the thought to change the thoughts in your mind only, it must be an emotion. So feel the thought. Create thoughts and emotions, put the thoughts into motions. This is the movement that manifests the change. You cannot simply say that you don't want to be overwhelmed anymore. You don't feel like, you want to feel what it's like to feel calm and immerse yourself in that feeling. When you tap into that frequency, you create an opportunity for your mind to be in line with a proper frequency. That will lead you into a more positive experience for your life, depending on what you want from your life at this point. So, my dear, What are the changes about you and your life experience do you want to actually change, and what do you want to change it into? That's the law that you're working into right now. So the never-ending story is not to keep looking at those same events in your life and trying to dissect them. Look at them for what they are and look at them for what you don't want to experience anymore, and shift ever so slightly even your focus. Your treasure is coming in, but you can't have that world and stay in the world that you were living in. If you want to move on, you have to move on, and you have to let your foot go from that other realm into what it is that you are stepping in. So where is this going to lead you? Well, let's see. It's going to leave you feeling outcasted for a moment, but it's going to lead to this, because not everybody shares your vision. Not everybody shares your ambitions. Not everybody is going to be there to see you succeed. It's going to feel like a failure because you don't have these cheerleaders, but what you are getting rid of are the people who is never going to cheer you on, or the situations who are never going to cheer you on to begin with. You are healing, and your life around you is going to shift in the fastest sense. We're ending this reading on the Wheel of Fortune. You're not just a cog in the machine. You are a cog in life, going into its divine place, going into these places that are opening up, but you decide which door this is. I really hope that this made sense. It's going to be a challenge that you overcome, but it's a sobering look at yourself. And if you need help with that, I am a coach, and I also do readings. I don't know if you realize that. But if you have questions about booking any of my services, again, go ahead in the description, find the email address, or find me on social platforms and send me a DM. My only IG now is no spaces, no underscores, no punctuation. It's at Raising Savak. And I really look forward to hearing from you. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and just know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. Wheel of Fortune. Hey there, lovely. So it looks like somebody is coming towards you, and it is an offer, and you feel it coming too. You've probably been getting a lot of deja vu, probably been getting a lot of the name coming about, whatever your sign or synchronicity. And this is somebody who you do already know. I do feel like this is somebody that you already know. This is dealing with matters of the heart. This is what I'm looking at right here. Somebody wants to show you that they've changed. I feel like somebody who has been unable to learn from this repetitive lesson in their life. This has been a constant for them. And I feel like this has somehow been a constant bleeding into whatever the connection is with you. They want to show you how much they have grown. They want to tell you the truth about some matter, because I don't honestly think that you know the full gravity of it. You may know some of the details, but there's a lot of blank space that I'm feeling about it. There is an ascension process that's going on here. There is a reconciliation going on here. And I see that all around this is stressing you out. So we have a lot of hesitance. There's a lot of hesitance, and there's a lot of karma being played out right now. This is a big mess. They want to be happy. You want to be happy. We have the Fool here, so taking a leap into something you actually might reconcile with whatever the connection is with this person. Now, this is Lovers, so this is going to involve big life changes for you. Let me say this as a disclaimer. I don't care what the cards say. If your relationship is abusive, toxic, illegal, get the hell away from it. I don't care what the cards say. This looks good. It looks like reconciliation after some hardship, but I don't ever want you to put yourself in a place of any way, shape, or form danger. This may be somebody who you're already in contact with or have been in contact with in the past. It looks very positive. It looks like there's a lot of growth and a lot of potential for even more growth. But I see you're afraid. And I think they're afraid too. They're afraid of not only rejection after they tell you what's gone on or the depths of this. There needs to be follow through and evidence of change, which is only going to happen through time. So everybody is hopeful kind of walking on eggshells, but they're really hopeful with this. And again, I can't reiterate that disclaimer. Do not stay in anything that's dangerous, but this looks hopeful otherwise. Huge tower moments of letting the past go. Whoever this is in your life, I do see you guys moving forward. I do see that there's a lot of slip-ups in this, but I also see the judgment. No, not judgment. Well, judgment's also in here, but right now I'm looking at justice. So look at what I'm looking at, yo. For real. Somebody who cannot stop this stupid cycle in their life, they are having their keisters handed to them. I see them actually finding their equilibrium. They're not feeling the pain so much anymore. I feel like they've escaped from it. This feels like divine intervention here. There's no holding anyone back in a peculiar situation. There's absolutely nothing but illusion being dissolved right now. I see a brand new beginning. There's frustration around it because there's been 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You're seeing where the step back was, but how you can move forward with it. So I see that instead of this completely ruling you, it looks like there's a sense of control, a sense of direction, and it's completely forward. This is future moving. Forward, future moving, not gonna let anything rock them again. And I see that there's something that has to be cut away. Yeah, you're totally standing up for yourself on this one. This is matters of the heart and matters of safety and security. And there's a matter of you embracing your pride on this. It's not that bad pride where it's like, I can't do this because it's going to hurt my pride. I don't give a crap. Nobody gives a crap about that. This is going to give you a massive sense of positive pride moving forward. Like, you did this for you. So this is again talking about connections. Let me tell you again, it's a disclaimer. I don't care what the cards say. If you are in any way, shape, or form dealing with an abusive, toxic, or illegal situation, get the hell away from it. This looks like a lot of overcoming. We have the Tower on here. A lot of information coming in. And it's going to redirect you onto the path that you're supposed to be in. And I feel like you've taken a few side visit? No, not side visits. What is that thing where you're in a game and they have like that side mission? Whatever, side mission. You get what I'm saying. But lightning is striking. And there's a lot of things that you need to watch out for. There's a lot of new information coming in. The truth is coming in. But you will be able to move forward. It feels like centering and balancing. Well, somebody is really tired of what seems to be the lack of consideration in their life. And it seems like somebody has kind of mishandled their position. I want to say it like that. I don't want to say that it's straight up abusive of this situation. I don't think that. If it is, again, get away. We have the Devil in reverse talking about the escape, the freedom, the detachment. But there's also a critical point which you have to evaluate where there needs to be a tighter running of your ship, reevaluating what your control is. You may have given your control and power away to somebody else in your life or to some other situation. There is a lack of control going on, and I see that it's made life messy. It's given you nothing but messy choices. But now that level of awareness is leading you to a lot of revealing and a lot of different life choices that are going to be manifesting. I see major new beginning, which feels very successful. Isn't that the truth? Okay, so wait a minute. These cards fell out after. I'm going to save those for the end. Okay. Something needs to be revealed to you so that you can have this victory. I feel like there is something that is about to cross some sort of a barrier in your life. What this is, it's long-term withheld from you, and it feels like a rite of passage to accomplish it or to obtain it. It's almost like you're getting some sort of a merit or some sort of a medal, or this could be literal or figurative. Regardless, we have strength coming in. So not only are you running a tighter ship and re-establishing your personal power in this. You're taking ridiculous control over your life. I don't see that this is spilling out into anything or anyone else. I see that you're incredibly empowered. This is going to be major changes in your life. I feel like not only are you thriving, you are the head runner on everything. You've moved up so many tiers in this. So the cards that fell out after were this. Okay. There's going to be some sort of a homecoming in your life. You're letting something go and stepping into, I guess, this new version of yourself or life or a new place. Some of you might be moving, but what I'm saying is you're moving on. Some way, shape, or form, some dynamic, you're moving forward. There's something that you're leaving behind, though. I don't feel like it's something that's backbreaking for you. It feels like more of, well, this has been nothing but an entire weight on my keister. Yeah, somebody's afraid of the skeletons in their closet. They're afraid of moving forward. They're afraid of all the mistakes that they have ever made. That sucks. And it seems like they're making up for it in other ways. Listen, whoever this is, you don't have to be so confrontational, or whoever this is, they don't need to be so confrontational. I think a little compassion would work well if they gave this to themselves. They have to look at what their circumstances were. They have to be able to see where their shortcoming is. It's going to be a really hard look for them to look at themselves. There's a lot of failures in their life, and they feel like they're always going to be a failure. They feel like they're always going to make the wrong step. They're always going to meet a dead end. They're always going to have their chance taken away from them. So what I'm seeing in this is, let's see. They got out, but they're still in a mental prison. They don't believe that they've gotten out of it yet. They have, but in their mind, they're still there. So they're kind of creating a lot of chaos around them. It's going to take a lot to push them out of this. We have also strength in the swords. They'll eventually do it. They're strong enough to, and they have to be even more strong to come out on the other side of this. All right, so Spirit, what's the guidance for this? Stay away from negativity. It's not toxic positivity. It's just stay away from all that pessimism. You're already dealing with some level of regret, even for some of you, depression. It feels like you'll never be safe, you'll never be loved, and everything is going to move on without you. And again, that couldn't be further from the truth. The hardship, it's in the transition. I was listening to one of those motivational things, that's a coaching thing that I do. And I was taking a note from it. Instead of in your hardship cursing God, it's important to realize why somebody, or spirit or God or Allah, I don't care what you believe in, why somebody wasn't meant to come save you. You had to come save yourself in this. You had to almost like time travel to go back to your former self, pull yourself out of that, or picture future you pulling yourself out of what this is now. What does that person need from you? I know how woozy that sounds, but it's going to be the best advocate that you have, and it is going to have that success. It is going to have that victory for you. It does restore hope in your life. It actually gives you a really awesome new start that gives you a sense of stability and the slowness that you need. A long line of failures is actually leading to what feels like a very hopeful new start for you. There's been a lot of financial loss. There's been a lot of just being completely ghosted by the world around you. I see a lot of lack of anyone being in your corner, standing up for you. You had absolutely no way to defend yourself in this. It feels like you against the entire world. And it feels like a very lonely place to be. So what I'm seeing here, I want to look more into this new start, but okay, so this is what I was just looking at. That's so painful. It's leading to this. So the new start, I feel like you're gonna not only get materialism taken care of, but I think that it's going to overflow in your life. I see that you're a very self-made person. And I see that this is kind of like a new adventure for you. It's gonna change everything pretty much in the blink of an eye. It's like it happens overnight. I wanna look at this feeling of pain. What's been the continuation? Being made to depend on everybody. A lot of things that you found out that were not particularly favorable about others. Also, somebody who just really was a tyrant. I don't like the energy. So this is you having to be the King of Swords. I don't care about the gender of this. It's not wearing your heart on your sleeve. It's more like wearing your words on your sleeve. You were going to spill them out to everybody. You no longer cared who was going to hear them. That gave you a major sense of freedom. When you have no more F's to give, you have nothing to lose. That's kind of where you went with this, and that became your foundation. Funk around and find out. I have to say that F-U-N-K. I'm trying to not talk like a sailor. Then we have this. So we have really pushy. You had to learn how to be really pushy because nobody else was going to help you on this. What's this card? You learn not to pull any punches because nobody was pulling them with you, no, were they? You're afraid of what this held in store for you, but honestly, this worked in your favor. You're about to have a really divine intervention in your future, and it is going to involve so many positive gains. Whether it's financial, materialistic, I don't care if it's a new mansion, but you're getting some amazement here. Well, it looks like, first off, awesome on the growing aspect of your life. I feel like you're at the end of a very important journey, one that started off very fruitful, innocent, maybe even a little bit naive. I hate that word. I really do. Hate it with a fiery passion. But anyway, here we go. We have the Hermit. We have the Five of Swords, which is telling me that through this, there was a lot of people that you had lost. A lot of people who couldn't go on with you, whether it's by their own admission or not. And this has a lot of insecurities riddled about it. It's like you are almost doing trauma control and having like a reinvention of yourself. You know, I am not this person. Yeah, you're not. You're not pulling any punches with it. It was a quick Band-Aid fix. And I think that you found some new insights about yourself. You were ready to let this part of your identity go because you just simply didn't want to look at it anymore. It's too painful. What I see here is going on an entirely new road for you, and you did this so fast, and it was something that you tried to really control. And I think that you started to really micromanage not only your life, but how people interacted in your life. And it was coming from a place of fear that you were going to lose control again. So this is learning how to silence that ache inside of you, that pain inside of you, and have something a little bit more grounded begin in your life. It's such a small seedling. It's something that's slowly growing, but I see the hope that was restored inside of you, and it was such a delicate seedling that I see that you honestly didn't know that this could survive in you. So what I see is lashing out of fear. I see a lot of control, obsessiveness, again, all coming from a place of fear. You can't go back there. I can't go back. I can't be this person. Spirit is telling you that that part of your life is coming to a close, and that you actually are going to find some sort of equilibrium again. Your life is not going to be so hardened, and it's not going to be so challenging, unforgiving, relentless. So I want to know what the equilibrium, what's coming in, and what that looks like. Well, it's not anything. It is a revoke of an offer. I think that you're letting go of an old promise that somebody gave you. and you're not going back for them. Final card. You're taking control and structure of your own life. I hope that made sense.